Remember when Hillary Clinton said this?
And I'm very proud that for the first time, a majority of my donors are women.
She's not wrong. That's actually true. A majority of her donors are, in fact, women, so kudos to her. But what does this imply? Why did she specifically bring that up? Well, one, it was to kind of pivot to not answer the question of her Wall Street contribution. She also invoked 9/11. But anyways, the reason why she brought this up is because she wants to imply that she is the better candidate when it comes to women's rights issues, because more women support Hillary Clinton than Bernie Sanders. Now, let's examine this a bit further. So, when it comes to total individual female campaign contributors, Hillary Clinton has 240,000. Now, make no mistake, that's certainly a great number. That's excellent. I think that if I were Hillary Clinton, I would boast about that too. And the fact that a majority of her donors are women, that's again something that's great. That's something to really be proud of. But when you juxtapose the number of female campaign donors Bernie Sanders has against Hillary Clinton, well, it becomes clear that he has quite a bit more. So, as I mentioned, Hillary has 240,000. Well, Bernie Sanders has 301,000 female donors. That's over 60,000 more than Hillary Clinton. Damn. So that is another issue that Hillary Clinton doesn't necessarily one-up Bernie Sanders on. Now look, it's still the case that a majority of Bernie Sanders' donors are male, but he still has more female donors. More women are so inspired by his campaign that they actually want to contribute to him. Now, by bringing this up, I'm not trying to imply that Hillary Clinton will be bad on women's rights issues because less female voters are donating to her campaign than Bernie Sanders is. But the point of bringing this up is to prove that Bernie Sanders' base is not just a bunch of He-Man woman haters, as one salon writer had actually referred to us as. Just, oh, it's all men, there's no women that support Bernie Sanders. Tons and tons of my viewers are very vocal Bernie Sanders supporters who are women. His policies have mass appeal. It doesn't matter the demographic. People like what Bernie Sanders has to say. They just know more about Hillary Clinton. Now, furthermore, I actually think that even though Hillary Clinton would do well when it comes to women's rights issues, I think Bernie Sanders would do a better job at representing the more common women, such as middle class and lower income women, because Hillary Clinton has endorsed policies that were particularly harmful to women, especially if you look at her endorsement of Bill Clinton's Republican welfare reform, where he basically just gutted welfare. Well, that was really harmful to women, and it was especially harmful to African American women, especially single mothers. So I'm worried that Hillary Clinton, because she's an oligarch, she's not going to really be able to represent the average woman, let alone the average American. So this is why I really like that this came out, that Bernie Sanders has more female donors, because this is the one thing that Hillary Clinton kind of had above Bernie Sanders' head. She could just say, look, women support me. I have a mandate to represent women. But I mean, that's an oversimplification. The fact of the matter is that, yes, it would be phenomenal to get descriptive representation for women in the White House. I mean, having a female president, I would be so excited about that. But I want the right female to be president. I initially supported Elizabeth Warren prior to Bernie Sanders because I didn't even know he was going to run. I thought Elizabeth Warren would surely run. So, I mean, I was hoorahing over Elizabeth Warren. So the fact that, a lot of noise is being made on the side of Hillary Clinton supporters because they think that, well, it's about men, it's just a He-Man woman haters club. Bernie Sanders doesn't care about women's issues and whatnot. Well, look, that's not true. And Bernie Sanders supporters absolutely care about women's rights issues. Hence the reason why we supported Elizabeth Warren before Bernie Sanders. And if you don't recall the reason why Bernie Sanders entered the race in the first place, it was because there wasn't a true progressive. So once he learned that Elizabeth Warren would not be running, he decided to step up and fulfill that role so that way we can have a true progressive in this presidential race. So I like this. I don't necessarily have any broader implications to talk about of it. I just think it's a great fact, and it proves to you that Bernie Sanders' campaign, it reaches across all demographics.